So we have a bag of charcoal, okay, which is 8 pounds. That's heavy. That's a lot to commit to carry, and it's bulky. But I have an empty can, as you can see, from Green Beans. Strip the label off because we're not advertising for anybody. We're just saying that this is a 14-ounce can, 14.5-ounce size style can. And this is going to be the bottom. And we've got a 13-ounce can. Used to be chicken gravy. And we'll peel the label off of it. Need to peel the labels off anyway. And it's the top. And normally, see, there's a plastic coating. You can actually see it in there. And there's a tin coating on the outside. Now, normally, I'll burn these cans really well to purify them. I don't want to cook in them necessarily. This is an experiment. We're just going to try it. Until I get rid of those, because when they're sealed in the retort, which is a pressure cooker, industrial pressure cooker, that plastic coating helps to protect from corrosion, and it's safe for the food. But once it's exposed to the air, once you take that lid off, if you want to use this can for cooking, it's an important safety tip to burn the can really well and then wash it to get any of the residue out, and you should be fine. But this is we're going to just test this, and I'm going to poke some holes in this can, and this can fits nice and stable on the top of that can, and this can is big enough for a few pieces of charcoal. So my plan is to put several holes around the bottom and several holes right up around the top. Now I have a structural problem here in that this doesn't have the structural strength. It flexes like this. So in order to poke the holes in the top of this, I have to be extra careful. All I've got really to work with is this rusty old nail, which is fine. This is just going to hold charcoal. It doesn't have to be food grade, doesn't matter anyway. So poking the holes in the bottom is pretty easy. Poking a hole in this top, I could end up kind of warping the top, and I don't want to do that. So let's get to it. I'm just going to take a nearby stone. Looks like it might work. All right. Wiggle that around, and I get a hole just like that. It's pretty easy. And I want that to be kind of look nice, so I'm going to try and make it a quarter of the way around. Hold it steady. I don't want to get too gung-ho with it. As far as just setting it and whacking it, I want to be careful with what I'm doing so I don't pinch myself or injure myself in any way. When you're homeless, every injury is a real issue, because you don't have any medical, you don't have resources. A lot of times you don't have things like mercurochrome or hydrogen peroxide or band-aids or those kinds of things. You can't really rely on them. You really don't want to take anything from people that you really don't need or can live without. So don't injure yourself. It's better to be cautious and careful. And that should be enough air to get it in and up. But if I put that like that, there's no flow through. You have to have a circuit. The heat is going to draw air in these holes, and it goes up. But then it hits out of the can. It's not going to go through. So what I need to do is I need to have outlet holes. This is inlet and outlet. Okay, we're at 4 minutes 39, so that's cool. And how do I support this so I can poke a hole in it? Can I stick an object in there? Maybe a little bit. That doesn't look very convenient. I think we're just going to try and pinch it this way. So I'm pushing pressure in this direction, and pushing pressure in this direction by pinching it, and then I'm going to have it here, but how do I hold it? That's kind of an interesting problem. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to hold it like this. So I've got the little piece of concrete behind, and I've got my fingers holding this, and I'm just going to, ouch. Okay, that doesn't work very well, does it? Can I? Nope, that's pretty awkward. Don't want to injure myself that way. Maybe I'll come back a little bit. Maybe that little bit is a little extra help. I can hit it smaller, and look at it's trying to warp. See, the shape is off. Makes it really tough. Use a heavier rock. Boy, that squashes. That's real problematic, isn't it? Okay, let's try this. Let's shoot for the outside. I normally don't like to do this. For one, it's difficult. Adds complexity to the program. And two, you get a little spiky point on the outside. But we're going to try it anyway. We're going to try this. Look at that. It goes right through there. Okay, so that's how we're going to have to do that. Okay, so we get us a little hole there. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to put just a little bit in there, and I'm going to roll this around and mash those sharp bits down just a little bit. Okay, so we need to start poking some holes here and quit yakking, because I've got 6 minutes on the clock. Okay, turn this just a little bit. It's kind of hazardous. We're going to get it through? Yeah, we did. Okay. I have a date with Larissa tonight. I have a date with Larissa tonight, and it's a good thing that we stopped our conversation, because I was in the midst of losing my IQ. It's something I've figured out about when a man really likes a woman and he's talking to her, he will start to get stupid. And some people will joke about where the blood's going, but I think it's just that it's an emotional, it's important. It's really important to the man, and he just starts to get kind of, emotionally involved in the situation, and his ability to reason gets a little bit loose, and he's like, oh my God, I like the girl. Oh my God, I'm going to say something stupid any second. It's, it's nervous stress, because you can easily say something stupid. And so if you stay too long, so I was feeling that I'm really liking Larissa, really. She said that she felt bad. She wanted to talk to me more. And I'm like, you want to talk to me? You want to talk to me? Wow, okay. And she totally knows I want to get married and have kids, and that I'm 52 years old, and that how I feel about, I just straight told her. I didn't record it. That's another thing, is, in the midst of the moment. And yes, I did find that family and that blonde girl and everything very, very exciting. I also remembered that in that context, it may look like heaven, but it might be hell. And if they give you heaven first, you get hell forever. There's some lessons in these things. It's kind of difficult to really understand what those lessons are supposed to mean. And so yeah, I'm kind of excited. I got a date. Dude, I got a date. Actual meet her after work. Date. I can't believe I asked her what time she got off, man. That's a classic. Maybe my IQ dropped just enough that I forgot to worry about all the things I usually worry about with women. She was not fazed at all by me saying all that stuff, So, okay, we got a bunch of holes. Rough on the top, unfortunately. smooth on the bottom. Okay, we got that going on. Throw the sand out. Okay, now that's going to fit on there pretty good. I think what I'm going to do is, even though you're not going to expect to see much air coming through the bottom, I'm going to go ahead. So I got an idea. I'm going to put a hole right in the center. All the way around. Try and make it even and neat. I'm at 10 minutes, so I got to really watch it. Okay. Oh, and I missed it. That's okay. It's not that super big. And we're going to come in here like that. That. Okay. Okay, so there's my bottom. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the charcoal in here and light it and see if that lights. I'm 11 minutes, 19, 20 on the clock. Just a couple more minutes. Sometimes, if you get it just right, you can pull the whole cord out. But it is not really wanting to do that. Got some kind of weird sound in the background. Sounds like when you spin a vacuum hose around and it makes that woo 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 noise. Well, that's not a very good impression of the noise, but okay. I'm never good at doing this. Dude, seriously. I'm never good at doing this. Okay, it's at 12:35. I'm going to pause this and start it again in a second.